There are some memories that last a lifetime, like the first time you crash a car or getting blackout drunk at work and throwing up all over your boss. And Harry Potter, for a lot of us, is one of those lasting memories of actually loving the universe from when we were children. I know when I was a wee lad, it left a lasting effect on me with all the events that my grade school had to go around doing all the different workshops that you see in the movie and now in game, really bringing everyone together and showing us that working as a team was the best way to do anything, which honestly, most people don't even get to experience or see that until they're in college or university. So that was a pretty lucky life lesson, I guess. But when we look at the failed boycott on Hogwarts Legacy that straight up turned into hate and harassment by internet activists, I realize that it's going to be a train wreck of a memory for people that just wanted a justification to be toxic. And for the rest of us, it's going to turn into our childhood memories and dreams being brought to life. And just to say this very clearly, in no way does being a Harry Potter fan or a Hogwarts Legacy enjoyer mean that you're supporting the creator's social views in any way, shape, or form. And even thinking that is basically just ridiculous. And trying to boycott the game was also ridiculous and ended up causing a bunch of top-tier degenerates to bandwagon onto an issue that they have absolutely no interest in at all, just so they could start some shit and be douchebags by spreading hate and harassment for playing a video game, to the point where the internet activists made a website called Have They Streamed That Wizard Game? And they ended up using this to pile on and spread even more hate and harass even more people streaming the game. And their first vocal victim was Girlfriend Reviews, a channel that a lot of people actually really like, and they harassed her to the point of making her have a breakdown. And you would think that an inclusive, accepting community would be more understanding. But spoiler alert, we already figured out why these people did this later on in the video. And to no one's surprise, this site has already been taken down. And it's absolutely insane that another human even thought that this was acceptable behavior at all to even have something like this exist, which the majority of us knew already. And inevitably, all of this combined hate only led to one thing: even more controversy that normal people would love to look into. Not to fight for anything, just to take a peek and see what the drama is all about, because most people already have a genuine distaste for internet activists. But the main takeaway from all this is that when anyone is told they aren't allowed to do something, they automatically just want to do it more. And in some cases, people bought multiple copies of the game, and even more people are buying it now just because of the drama around it. Literally, people who had no interest in the game at all or didn't even know it existed want to play it now because they have to see what all the drama is about, or they saw the game is genuinely good and they're like, oh, I'm going to play that. And the drama around the game ended up blowing it up more than anything else and is now on track to have a record amount of players. It's already half of what Cyberpunk and Elden Ring peaked at, and it's not even released yet. You're actually looking at one of the biggest game launches ever, and it's actually on track to be the biggest single player game that's ever existed. And it already has these kind of numbers on Steam, with most people playing on console. So you can absolutely guarantee that we are going to see crazy numbers on launch day, and rightfully so. It's the only finished game that's came out since Elden Ring. And it's kind of crazy to think that Warner Brothers is the company shifting the gaming meta from launching garbage broken games to releasing fully finished good games. But on top of that, Hogwarts Legacy got a massive day one patch that fixed almost all of the documented issues and problems, with more patches already in the works to fix optimization and help with the FPS drops in certain areas, which seems to be the only actual problem with the game at the moment, because outside of just a couple FPS drops in different places, the whole game actually feels alive. Like, just walking through the castle is one of the most magical experiences I've ever had in a game, and it literally everything I could have imagined the castle to be, it actually is. And you can tell that the people that worked on this game actually cared about it, really making sure that there's a lot more happening at every corner, including flavor voice lines between NPCs that reveal hidden secrets throughout the world. No spoilers, but there's a particular hidden voice line on the way to Hogsmeade for the first time for any Hufflepuff enjoyers. So this game has quite a bit to offer across the board and genuinely brought everything I imagined the Harry Potter universe could be to life. And you might be thinking, well, J.K. Rowling is actually toxic, and that is the truth. But she had nothing to do with the creation of the game, and she's already been canceled. But she's a billionaire, and she really just doesn't care. $1 billion is such an extreme amount of money that no bonus money on top of that is going to make any sort of difference or change in what they were going to do anyways. But it led me into a deeper state of thought, and it made me start thinking, how could so many people be doing the stupidest shit consistently on cooldown? So I went on a search of pure idiocy, and the thing that really helped me understand the truth about how all this is happening, it's that about 8% of America thinks they could beat a lion in hand-to-hand combat. And I understand that everybody that's not from Ohio or Florida just thought, I would love to see that, as would I. And I'm sure we could name the person the Emperor of Ohio after they won the bout of the century, really putting the rest of us non-Sigmas in our place, because there's no way I could fight a lion. I don't even know if I could fight a large dog, but there is an issue that goes beyond the lion. Anyone who thinks they could fight a chimpanzee is actually insane. Your average chimp is 3 to 5 times stronger than a human, and just Googling a hairless chimpanzee will make you question your life and probably make you want to throw up. It's a massive muscle so grotesque that you wouldn't want to step anywhere near one ever again. And when you really break that down, it helps you really understand how stupid about 20% of the population is that even got to participate in this. But I know that most people underestimated the chimpanzee, so we might have to give them a pass. But 8% of people legitimately thought they could fight a lion in hand-to-hand combat, and I'm sure if you put this through even more people, it would probably stay about the same. America's pretty wild, and that's nothing new to anybody. But something internet activists really can't figure out is that most of them fell into this category themselves. But instead of fighting real lions, they're battling the entire internet on Twitter in some pursuit of fake internet points that actually mean nothing, because nobody understands their truth. But we do understand what actually happened now, and it's that a very strong, inclusive, and tolerant community is being taken over and hijacked by extremely disingenuous, exclusive, and intolerant individuals trying to cancel anyone not in line with their worldview, but still avidly use Twitter every single day. Awfully hypocritical to do something like that and use a platform that's owned by someone who thinks pronouns are a meme. But why did they go after Hogwarts Legacy is the question. A game so far removed from J.K. Rowling that she has no say in anything about it or anything in it, when she has income streams so much larger than this game could ever be, and so many actionable revenues that they could actually cancel, from boycotting ticket and food sales at Universal Studios or Disney World, which she gets a pretty decent cut of, or the books, which is the main massive source of revenue, but we don't see anyone standing outside bookstores or these places boycotting these things that would actually make real change. And the reason we don't is because that's hard, and you would have to leave your house. And boycotting a game from behind your keyboard, where you can sit in an echo chamber, is actually pretty easy. And the truth about it all is that people my age just like Harry Potter. Nobody's sharing views with anyone, and that's why so many people want this game. And now that everyone's seen how good it is and how they actually brought the universe to life, no amount of hate or bullying is going to be able to take the game away from anybody. So the monster these people tried to take down is actually what they became themselves, even though they can't see it. And they actually ended up creating a powerhouse of a game that is going to go down in history as one of the best single-player games ever released, and they don't even get to experience it. So that's my take on it. I'm sure someone's going to be upset. They always are. But if you don't end up going to fight those lions, I'll see you in the next Hogwarts Legacy video, because I'm going to be enjoying it as much as you are.